Katie here from the Scrappy Sisters, and it is day 3 of our Scrappy Advent calendar. Woohoo! I hope you are enjoying it so far. I mean, we're only 3 days in, let's be real. But today I am up making technically two spreads for Jess's 2022 Scrappy Advent calendar. Apologies also, my cat is going a little nuts behind me, and he is making a fair bit of noise. He's on the back of my chair, and he's just, I don't know, he's just eaten. He's going a little cray-cray. It's very distracting. Anyway, this is, as I said, 2 spreads because they're little, what's this, 6x8? I'm like, what size is this album? They're little 6x8 pocket pages, and so they're only like 2 4x6 cards per spread. So I actually did 2 of them because they're going back to front. So this is day 1 and day 2 in Jess's album. She had sort of put her photos in a rough kind of album-ish setup for me, but I did move a few things around because it made more sense to me. So day 1 in her 2022 album is her Scrappy Advent calendar, and this is what I had gift wrapped and sent off to her. I think this is mine to her. In the picture. And so, yeah, her journaling just says, we are at it again for the 7th year in a row. Katie and I are swapping our advent calendars. So there you go. This year must be the 8th year we're doing it. That does not seem right. Holy guacamole, Batman, 8 years. That means we've been on YouTube for 8 years because we started this the first year we started YouTube as a fun little just a fun little thing we could do for each other and a little series we could do, and it's really taken off. I see Scrappy Advent calendars everywhere now. Not that I'm saying we started it. I'm not saying that at all. But just that we've been doing it for a long time, and yeah, lots of fun. Wow, 8 years. There you go. I need to look that up, Jess. Are you sure? Are you sure it's 8 years? Anyway, I have got the spreads out in front of me, as you can see, and I didn't work on them at the same time, but I am kind of having them beside me just so I can kind of see what I'm doing. I don't want to do the exact same thing on each page because, you know, they're a different spread. I want them to look different, but I kind of wanted to, I guess, you know what I was doing, and I had it all in front of me. And as I said, you know, doing one 6x8 pocket page spread wouldn't definitely not have taken me very long, and I felt like that was a bit of a not a very long video, so I'm putting the 2 of them together. Now what I'm cutting up now are the cut apart elements from the A5 paper stack in the Cocoa Vanilla Studio collection. So this is the Joyful collection, which came out last year, the year before. Do they date there? I don't think they date their collections, but it was the second Christmas collection, so it must have come out last year. And yeah, so Jess and I have both used this. So she used it it must have been, I don't know, it might have been the year before. I think she used it for my 2021 album. So there you go, it must have been that year that it came out. And so so I've cut apart the elements in the A5 paper stack, which is the same as what's in the 12x12 paper. And it had this 2 little, I don't know what size these are, 1x2 maybe inch cut aparts. And one of them was full of word phrases, and I used a Christmas tree. And so the word phrases, they just say, making spirits bright, deck the halls, all I want for Christmas, jingle all the way, making a list, a merry little Christmas, magical moments, and happy holidays. And I don't know, I thought they were cute. So I'm just creating a very simple page here. So what I'm going for, the kind of vibe I'm going for in this album is for the layouts that are going into page protectors, I'm going to try and keep them pretty simple. So I feel like I want it to be quite flat for the layouts that are going in page protectors, because I want to be able to play around a little bit with my non-page protector layouts, and there will be a few of those, not heaps. It's going to be I guess much more of a mix than I did last time, mainly for time reasons, but also because I don't want the album to be too flat. I want it to close nicely. I definitely only want to use one album. You know, Jess and I have only ever used one album for our December daily, and I don't really want that to change. So I'm trying to keep the layouts where I can quite flat. So none of these layouts have anything popped up on them, and even the numbers that I'm choosing, as you can see here now, are very flat. So I've pulled out a black thicker in number 1, and I've popped that just on the Christmas tree down there, and all I did was put a phrase strip from the ephemera pack on top of my photo, and it just says, "Oh, what fun." And then I've got a 3x4 journaling card that came in the Joyful collection, and it is one of the ones that you can journal onto. So they're kind of front and back, and usually one side has journaling and one side has an image. So for this one, I've used the stockings with the journaling, and I am going to stick her journaling straight on top. So if you didn't watch last year's, so she's typed all her journaling out for me and put it with the matching photos, and I am just kind of using those to put her spreads together. So the journaling is hers, the words are hers, the pictures are hers. Obviously, she picked the pictures she wanted to go with, the stories, and then I am just cutting apart the stories and adding them to the page, essentially. So that's how we make it work. So she gave me all of her photos and her stories together, and I did move things around a bit to make them flow nicely in the album, but otherwise she kind of obviously picked everything, and then she tells 31 Christmas stories. So often, like for like Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, she's got like lots of stories, like multiple stories that all happen on the same day, if that makes sense. So not all of her stories happen, like there's not a story a day. So it's definitely 31 Christmas stories, and both Jess and I go right to the end of the year. For no real reason, I always do a New Year's Eve party with my friends. My partner and I, we always do that, do a party, and so we've done that for years now, like well before we had kids, and so it's kind of become a tradition. People expect us to run it, so I like to hold my December Daily album right through to that, so that I can kind of talk about that. And that's how I kind of finish my album. So yeah, Jess just goes to day 31 because she has lots of Christmas related stories to tell. Now I should tell you what I'm doing. So the second story is of Jess, or the boys are in the top photo there, and they are getting all the Christmas decorations out. So the journaling just says the kids are starting to show an interest in setting up for Christmas now they are older. Helping or making or mess making? Question mark. And so she's got the boys up there pulling through all the Christmas stuff, and then the bottom right photo is kind of lots of Christmas stuff just laid out over the lounge. So, it's the fun of setting up the house. So I wanted those two photos to be early, or those two stories to be early in the album, because obviously, Advent starts on the 1st of December, and then the setting up the decorations also happened probably just before December started. So I wanted those kind of to be together. And so the paper that I've used in the top right, you possibly didn't notice because I would have been talking about other things while it was happening. But Cocoa Vanilla Studios small paper pack are in A5 size, which is a little bit smaller than 6 inches, like about an 1/8 of an inch shorter. Or maybe a 1/4 of an inch shorter. Anyway, it's a little shorter than 6 inches. I don't know what A5 is in inches, but what I did was I just laid out a 4x6 size card, and then I put my pattern paper down with the trees because I wanted that pattern paper on the right hand side, and then put adhesive on the back of my photo and lined it up to make sure it was 4x6 size, if that makes sense. And then the bottom is a 3x4 card with the photo. Now I do end up sticking these back to back as well. So here's my close-ups. Make sure you head on over to Jess to see her opening her gifts today, and we will see you tomorrow. Thanks, guys. Bye.